The Historic Preservation Training Center, also known as HPTC, is a branch of the National Park Service based out of Frederick, Maryland. The training center has three main sections: carpentry, woodcrafting, and masonry. Instead of being part of a specific park, they use their expertise to complete projects and put on trainings at dozens of parks across the country. At Mount Rushmore National Monument, a team from the masonry section has been tasked with a 6-week project. Most of the work will include selectively repointing the stonework along a flight of stone steps, as well as relaying certain stones to prevent trip hazards and improve water runoff. One of the crew's first steps before beginning any work was to find a mortar ratio of sand, gravel, and binder that would match the already existing mortar. To do this, they make several different ratios, and after letting them set overnight, compare them to what already existed in order to find the best match.
I'm Steve O'Neill. I work for the Historic Preservation Training Center. You can see behind me our first president, George Washington. Shortly, I'm going to show you what we're working on. This is a landing, and all these stones here were not at the right pitch. So this whole landing had to be removed and then relaid. A lot of it was sitting on dirt itself and didn't have a mortar bed, so we corrected that, bedding it in mortar, and it's just about finished and at the point that it's going to be tuck pointed.
Besides Steve O'Neill, Tyler Yoder was the other mason working on this project.
I rebuilt this cheek wall. It needed to be addressed because it was about 8 to 10 inches out of plumb, and it's been undermined from all the water coming alongside the holes and underneath the stones and eroding the wall. And so I dismantled the wall down to the landing here, which was sitting on dirt. I took out these pavers and I pretty much relayed the cheek wall using stone that I recovered from the cliffside and reusing most of the stone that was already in the wall. We exposed the aggregate of the joints with a diluted acid to give the weathered appearance to match the existing cheek walls.
Over the course of sculpting Mount Rushmore, designer Gutzon Borglum used 2 different buildings as his studio. The newer one is now a visitor center and contains a scale replica of the faces on the mountain. Not so much is left of the older studio, except 2 beautiful and intricate stone chimneys. The chimneys were in good condition, but a few cracks and openings in the mortar between the stones needed to be filled in order to prevent any water damage. Special care was taken to make sure the new mortar matched the old mortar. One of the steps to do this was to make stone dust that could be mixed into the mortar in order to produce the shiny flecks which could be seen in the older material. Not long before the crew wrapped up the project, a rainy day showed that the steps were indeed shedding water in the right direction, ensuring that they will continue to last for decades and allowing visitors to continue to safely use them.